Countries worldwide on high alert following the newly identified COVID-19 variant dubbed as Omicron, which health experts say may be more transmissible. We bring you an exclusive interview with Taita Taveta's Deputy Governor, Machala Mlagui. Dr. Az via social media platforms are Switch TV Kenya, Joel Chacha M on Twitter, as well on Facebook, Switch TV Kenya and Joel Chacha. You can also text us on 111 444 111. And we begin. Over the years, the Muslim religion has had its fair share of myths and misconceptions, mainly being linked with the terroristic acts, but the Jamia Mosque Open Day has demystified some of these myths. Our reporter Saza Munga visited the Jamia Mosque today and had filed the following report.
The Mosque Open Day is a way to create an understanding of the Muslim community by asking and learning of the religion. Their way of dressing, praying 5 times a day, the Muslim community is rooted and committed to a religion. Some but a few of the reasons that make the non-Muslim community curious.
Many people out there judge Islam from what they hear, from what they see, and sometimes it could be wrong. So there are all those, misconceptions about Islam.
With the COVID-19 being a hindrance, the reopening of the mosque has attracted a large number of visitors from all over the world.
The purpose of this day is, first of all, to demystify Islam. First of all, we believe in the religious diversity in this country, that Muslims are living in this country, Christians and people of different faiths. But people do not understand one another when it comes to religion. Outside the forum like this, almost every day we have visitors. Actually, we have a PR office here at the mosque. People come, being the largest mosque in the country.
I am curious about people's cultures and religions, and I truly believe that diversity is a strength.
There's some misconception about the Muslims, but at least today, I've learned something. I'll say I learned something. I learned a lot.
I think the church would also benefit to do the same thing, just to promote understanding amongst and between people who have different faiths.
As we gear up for the general elections come 2022, Sheikh Ibrahim Lethome insists that elections should not divide us, as this is a way for us to come together.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That is a common term, especially in the Muslim community. Now today with the Open Day, many myths and misconceptions about the Muslim community have been demystified. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Saza Munga.
On to other news, countries worldwide are on high alert following the newly identified COVID-19 variant dubbed as Omicron, which health experts say may be more transmissible. 7 countries in the Southern African region, including Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Mozambique, Namibia, South Africa and Zimbabwe, have been red listed by most countries, including European countries. So how much information is known about this variant? Harich Mayer with more details.
The reaction of some of countries in terms of imposing travel bans and such measures are completely against the norms and standards as guided by the World Health Organization.
This is South Africa's response to the numerous travel bans and quarantine restrictions imposed on them by various countries, including the United States, Canada, Russia and several European Union countries. However, little is known about the new variant code named B.1.1.529. In Kenya, the Ministry of Health has intensified surveillance of a new COVID super variant and mandatory testing with physical proof of vaccination prior to entry into the country for all inbound travelers, and quarantine has also been put in place. With less information on the exact symptoms caused by the variant, infectious disease experts say the variant could overpower the COVID-19 vaccines.
There seems to be more than 50 mutations compared to the original virus, and more than 30 of these are in the area of the virus that we are concerned about. that is the area that interacts with the human cells that causes infection. And also that is the area of the virus that vaccines, for example, may target. And so if those areas have changed, vaccines may not work as well as they would have worked before.
According to the World Health Organization, it isn't clear for now if the new variant may cause a more severe strain than Beta and Delta.
We are announcing B11529 as a variant of concern named Omicron. This variant has a large number of mutations, and some of these mutations have some worrying characteristics. These proven public health measures have never been more important. Distancing, wearing of a mask, making sure that it's over your nose and mouth with clean hands, making sure you avoid crowded spaces, be in rooms where there's good ventilation, and when it's your turn, get vaccinated.
The whole world is now on edge as more information on the Omicron variant keeps coming in. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Harriet Chimel.
We now shift gears to matters politics. Barely 8 months into the general elections, many aspirants have come out to declare their bid to contest, including John Yaya Nene, who now wants to vie for presidency. While launching his presidential bid, John has said that it's never too late, that he has got what it takes to clinch the top seat. Chepto Boit with the details.
Running for presidency is no simple or a cheap one either. Besides funds, it takes an outpouring of public support to even run for the presidential seat. A number of presidential candidates have come out to declare their bid in the 2022 general election, with some not known by many. In 2017, we had Mohamed Abdu Badida, John Ekuru Longogi Auko, Shakalaga Kwa Jirongo, and Jafet Kavinga Kaluyu, who vied for the sit and never won.
Uchaguzi mkuu bado hujaanza kulingana na kalenda ya IBC. Siasa inaanza officially mwezi wa pili. Sasa wale wengine wanajua wamejiona wako above the law, lakini this is the right time to start a political campaign.
John Yaya Nene has declared his bid to run for the presidency seat 8 months to the general election, claiming that it's still early for one to declare his or her bid to contest. John has an aim of fighting corruption and giving jobs to the youth.
Ni shida kubwa ni ufisadi. Sasa ufisadi ili iondolewe lazima tupate institutions ambaye ziko strong kuliko individuals. Sasa shida kubwa sasa hivi, individuals are stronger than institutions. Vijana lazima tupatie ajira. Ajira ndio kitu kubwa ambaye vijana wanahitaji kupewa sasa hivi.
Presidential aspirants continue to target the youth, with all promising to give jobs. The narrative continues for many years as the youth continue to decry scarcity in jobs. This is begging the question, who will come to their rescue? Chepto Boit, Switch TV.
Meanwhile, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi has called for political tolerance among leaders during these campaign periods. Speaking at Nyatieno Primary School in Esani Kitoto Masaba constituency in Nyamira County during a fundraiser, Speaker Muturi urged leaders to remain peaceful and shun away from inciting supporters to gear other leaders.
So, campaign ziko kila wakati. But for the time being, let us also appreciate that there will be divergence of views and opinions, na tusiweke ile maoni tofauti iwe ndio italeta furugu katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Tuhakikishe kuna amani, hata kama watu wanatembea wakitoa maoni yao, watoe kwa njia ya amani. Msiende kuinvite watu ati yule hatumtaki, kwa hivyo huyo lazima tunyoroshe na mawe, yule tunyoroshe na rungu, huyo ni mishale, huyo ni mikuki. Tafadhalini, ikuwe tunafanya uamuzi kupitia fikra na kushawishwa. Kama mtu haja kushawishi, ni haki yako kusema you have not been convinced, you have not been persuaded.
Now we are due for a short commercial break, but before that, the High Court has stopped the swearing in of Paul Mutungi as Nairobi Deputy Governor. The High Court has stopped the swearing in of Paul Mutungi as Nairobi's Deputy Governor. Remember, actually, he's currently serving as the Chief of Staff, and he was supposed to assume office, but you know, Okiya Omtata moved to court on Friday seeking that, and now the court has barred him from being sworn in as Nairobi's governor. We now take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more, including a special interview tonight with Majala Mlagui, who's the deputy governor at Taita Taveta. Stay tuned for that. Welcome back to Breaking Today. My name is Joel Church and our sign language interpreter is Teresia Washira. Moving on, there has been speculations of Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka working with ODM Party leader Raila Odinga, especially after the recent hit by Raila during the Wiper Democratic Movement National Delegates Conference, where he had been invited as a chief guest. Mariam Jahid did a sit down with Taita Taveta's deputy governor, who is also Wiper's youth leader, Majala Mlagui. Take a look.
It's 9 years since the devolution government took charge, devolving government functions to county level. Now I'm joined with the deputy governor of Taita Taveta, Majala Mlagui, to discuss invectiveness of devolution. What are the hits and misses of devolution since it started?
The chair of the Young Wiper Democrats within the Wiper Democratic Movement. What are the hits and misses of devolution since it started in 2013? That's almost 7-8 years ago. I would say that we have seen grassroots transformation We have seen development come to the very old lady, old man in the deepest interiors of Kenya, able to see water, running water around them, able to see tarmacked roads, able to see bursaries coming in to help their school children. We've been able to see agricultural extension officers support them with agricultural work. So the work that was done prior devolution in 2013 has been magnified. And we can say that the economy has started hitting the grassroots because of devolution. Misses have been that there's always going to be teething challenges with any new structure, with any new organization. And county governments have had those teething problems. Initially, first of all, being able to understand how to implement devolution from 2013 to 2017. And then after that, making sure that the employees are what is required for a staff base, a staff establishment that would then be able to adequately deliver services. And thirdly, being able to receive monies on time from national government, bearing in mind that not all of the county governments have the budget, local revenue budgets to be able to sustain the full county budgets. So those are areas where there's been a few misses.
You are now serving as the Deputy Governor of Taita Taveta since 2017. How did you find yourself in that position?
So when the county governments were being established between 2013 to 2017, I was extremely vocal to not only see that we were implementing the right laws, but we were also paying attention to small things, we'll call them small, but small things like gender equity. Initially, the county executive committee that had been established had all men. But through an open letter that I wrote to the governor in 2013, he was able to understand that he needed to read the constitution differently than he had in the County Governments Act, and 3 women were able to be nominated to the County Executive Committee. So through my vocalness of both governance matters and mining matters, I was a face that was recognized by the community in Taita Taveta, specifically in Mwatate constituency. And I believe that then shone a light to possible candidates who are vying for governor of who they could run with, who brings value to the table for a deputy governor. So in 2017, I had a conversation with my governor, Granton Samboja, and he then made the offer to run with me on a Wiper ticket in August 2017 elections. And by the grace of God, we had the winning ticket of the day.
Have you ever disagreed with Governor Samboja?
There are times where people want to put a spanner between myself and my principal, thinking that that will gain them more political mileage wherever they may be. So these things always happen. However, the role of a deputy is always to be able to assist the principal and to be able to implement their manifestos and visions for that particular time frame. So there may have been a few challenges as we were all growing within the system, understanding where we're meant to be positioning ourselves, but it hasn't stopped us from trying to transform to the best of our capability what we want to see for Taita Taveta.
Now, will you vie for the coming elections as the governor of Taita Taveta?
I will vie for the governor's seat in 2027. I'm currently deputy governor, and the intention had been to vie for 2 terms as deputy governor, led by the governor, Granton Samboja. So I don't have any intention on starting off a fight with my boss in 2022. That is not progressive for myself as a political person, neither would it be progressive for the county. So we will see how what the future holds for us. However, also it's the prerogative of the governor to decide to choose another running mate if he so wishes. Elections is about choice, and what we're doing in elections is democracy. So if that would be the case, then I would also consider.
What next if Granton Samboja does not pick you as his deputy governor when he runs for a second term in 2022?
If my governor decides to go with someone else for deputy governor position, there's plenty of positions open. There's about 5 positions that are open to any person who would be looking to serve at the county government level. So either deputy governor or MP or senator or women rep or even MCA.
The most stupid fellow on the earth to go and support the third time a presidential candidate, all right, without a measure of reciprocity. I think it goes beyond the doctrine of good faith, justice, fairness. Yeah, and I can tell you, this man you're talking to is very strong.
Politics is like the ocean, affected by the moon. Moon may be the powers of God, where the waves come in and out, and you can't base. We have to be flexible in the relationships that exist, especially ones that have existed for many, many years, over 30 years of working relations. Yes, it's true there was some resistance to the working relationship earlier on in the year. However, from yesterday, we saw that the two principals have decided to come together and work together. Finances. Campaigns in this country have proved to be extremely expensive, and people will always ask, where will the money come from? Because you have to keep the money for your family as well as money for campaigning. Where will it come from? But I believe that as a leader, if you have a good vision, if you have a good sense of how you will incorporate stakeholders and partners in that vision to move forward with them, then the money will follow you. In policy matters, we say funds follow function. So if you're the function as a woman leader, then the funds will follow you.
As we end the interview, what do Kenyans don't know about you?
Kenyans don't know that I love to cook. We are always seeing that if you're a woman who happens to be in powerful positions such as yourselves, we don't have a background of wanting to be in the kitchen. I love to be able to get in and cook a very good pilau, and I welcome you to taste it.
Well, that has been Majala Amlagui, who is Taita Taveta's deputy governor. Actually, she is one of my deputy governors, considering my mom comes from the county. And she was speaking exclusively to our very own Mariam Mjahid. Still a focus on matters politics, the Oka team toured Sibanga, Kolongolo in Kwanza, and also in Endebess and Kitale town. President wa NC Party leader Musalia Mudavadi, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula, Kakamega Senator Cleopas Malala, who drummed up support for One Kenya Alliance.
Ako na ndege Kisumu, wacha wasalamie, ndio tukuje kwa Weta, ndio tukuje kwa ma-DVD. Sawa sawa?
Asante sana.
Nchi lazima iokolewe na wafisadi ambao wanaibieni pesa zenu na kuja kuwaonga na hizo pesa, alafu wachague, nchi itaenda mbaya. Unajua mimi kazi yangu ni kushikanisha, sio hata nyumbani hapa, lakini eneo nzima hili. Hii barabara ya kutoka Juba kuja mpaka Kitale na Nairobi, nataka mjue ni barabara ya maana zaidi kwa uchumi wa Kenya hii. Na hiyo mkiona biashara, mkiona bidhaa zinatoka South Sudan kuelekea mpaka Mombasa, mtajua uchumi wa eneo utakuwa umeinuka zaidi.
Ushuru unatugandamiza. Madeni ambayo serikali imechukua kiholela inatufinya mpaka bei ya petroli inapanda. Bei ya gas inapanda. Bei ya mafuta taa inapanda. Shilingi inazoroteka. Na hizi zote zimefanyika kwa sababu madeni yamekuwa mengi na serikali haina pesa, lazima itafute pesa kutoka kwa mwananchi wa kawaida. Hapa juzi Matisi, ati nyinyi Matisi mnasema nyinyi ni watu wa kula machungwa, ni ukweli? Nyinyi ni watu wa machungwa? Mimi nawaomba tafadhali msimame na hao viongozi wetu. Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi amejitolea kusimama urais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Ni jukumu letu sisi kumshika mkono kama mtoto wetu. Wangapi watapigia Musalia Mudavadi kura ya urais?
The season of new political formations continues to intensify. With less than 8 months to the general elections, Meru County Governor Kiraitu Murungi has launched his new political outfit dubbed the Devolution Empowerment Party. Our political reporter Flora Limuki was on the ground and filed the following report.
In a colorful event attended by legislators from Meru County, the newest party in town has been unveiled by Meru County Governor Kiraitu Murungi.
Politics through mistakes and politics through pain and suffering. During my last 30 years in politics, I've been actively involved in the formation, management and the campaigns of the most of the political parties in this country. We're involved in the big four, that one of Matiba and the Jaramogi. I was involved in Ford Kenya when that big Ford split. I was involved in the formation of Safina. I was involved as a strategist in the Democratic Party of Kenya. I was involved in a party which was there before 2002, which was called NAK. And then I was also involved in another big party called NAC of 2002. Then when it split, we are the ones who formed NAC Kenya. Then after NAC Kenya, we formed PNU. Then after PNU, again to go na shida, so we formed APK, the old bus. And then we founded the old bus and formed Jubilee. So I walked all that journey. And in the process, I learned many lessons. I want to bring all those lessons to the past.
Kiraitu, who is the chairman of the Devolution Empowerment Party, says they are open to new alliances ahead of the 2022 general polls.
We are launching and reloading BAS, a party that is the only party in this country that is addressing devolution in a serious way.
That we want everybody to enter the bus because we must be in the next government.
The party will rally the Meru community at large to support a presidential candidate who guarantees them the development interest. With the formation of new political parties becoming the order of the day, Meru County Governor Kiraitu Murungi has officially launched his Devolution Empowerment Party that will be using to vie for the Meru gubernatorial seat come 2022. Flora Limuki, Switch.
Time to now get sporty. Kenya Sevens have been knocked out of the Dubai Sevens Men Cup after losing 19-5 to two-time Olympic champions Fiji in the quarter-final match played at the Sevens Stadium. They later on lost to Great Britain 33-5 in search of position 5. In the just concluded match, Shujaa lost to Ireland at 29-7 in race to secure position 7 in the Dubai leg.
Brilliant set! Has he got the pace? Overcomes Osaka. Fiji now. Open space, broken field. It's what Fiji love. There's players strewn all over the field. Oh my word! Fiji at their very, very best.
Here, not the best, or one of it.
Meanwhile, 19 times KPL champions Kogalo embark on a continental duty after seeing off Al Ali Mero of Sudan and progressing into the playoffs phase of CAF Confederation Cup. Gor Mahia will start their playoff engagement away from home on Sunday against the Congo side as Otoho Dioyo.
Which help us on our way, obviously, because of weather conditions. It's extremely hot and humid and also very wet as well. So it won't be an easy game, but we feel confident. We feel we can go there and we can try and get a positive result. If we can get a positive result, I feel then we can definitely finish the job in Nairobi.
Elsewhere, Naivasha Sports Club's Joseph Owaigwa carded a round of 41 points investing golf series which was held at the Par 72 Karen Country Club. Playing off, Waigwa posted 19 points in the first 9 and combined with the 22 points in the second to floor a field of over 160 players. Konza Investing Golf Series, which attracted onboard and retained key investors. We now cross borders in the world of sports. Bukayo Saka, together with Martinelli, scored a brace, giving Arsenal 3 points over Newcastle. Newcastle remained bottom with 6 points as they plan to host Norwich on Tuesday. Arsenal remained 5th, but with 23 points as they travel to Manchester in the next match.
Off that. And check is complete, nothing doing. I thought he could have gone to the danger and he could have snuffed that out before a penalty appeal was even thought of.
Now, the match that has been awaited for so long is a day short to take place as the Chelsea welcome Manchester United at the Stamford Bridge. Chelsea have only lost 1 match in this campaign, where the biggest rivals have been through a challenging season, picking up only 17 points in 12 games. Manchester